What's up YouTube? Thank you for tuning into my channel. This is Adil and today I'm going to be talking about what's available in my bag. And right there at the back you actually see my bag, my camera bag, and all of this actually fits inside that little hunky beast. So what do I have? Let's start from the left. Basically I have some transmitters and receivers which I tend to use for any kind of flash photography, and this particular model is actually the Mica MK-RC10N. I initially bought two of these and then later on I bought an extra one just in case I wanted to do a two flash setup. The main reason for me to buy this particular model and not any other is because it actually comes fitted with high-speed sync functionality. And that brings me over to my next thing, which is the flash. Now this is one of those economical flashes made by Muir, and it's the Speedlight NW910. It looks pretty much like the Nikon flashes from the back if you look at it, but it's really pretty much half, I think maybe even 1/10 of the price. I bought this particular lens for a little less than about maybe 80 euros, so maybe 1/5 of the price. It's really good, especially for beginners. If you want to test it out, it's great. It has great recycle time and it's generally very easy to use. Now that brings me to the next part of what's in the bag, and that is my batteries. Normally I tend to use 4 of the same batteries, but over time some of them have been misplaced here or there. So what I've started to do now is I keep the charger and the batteries at all times within my bag. And the reason I use rechargeable batteries is mainly because they have better recycle time when it comes to flash photography compared to the average ones that you find outside, and they're just really handy when and you can recycle them, so that's great. I keep at least about 8 with me, and if I'm using one flash then I take 8 with me. If I'm using 2 flashes then I keep about 16. Next to that you have the charger for the battery pack of the camera itself, and it's always good to have that handy, and you should keep it in the bag. Behind that is the mammoth Tamron 2470 f2.8. Now if you are thinking of shifting to a full frame camera and you only have money for one lens, then to be honest I think the Tamron 2470 f2.8 is the best purchase for your money. It can be used in any kind of lighting setup, and it can be used in any kind of function or kind of photography that you want, whether it's portrait, whether it's wedding photography, whether it's landscape, street photography, anything. This lens can pretty much crush your game. It's awesome. Next to that, on the body itself right now I have the Sigma f2.8 105mm macro lens, and I think that honestly speaking I'm pretty much in love with this lens as well, if not one of the best. When it comes to the price point itself, it is definitely a great lens to have, and it just has really sharp quality when it comes to photography, and it's really fast as well on focusing. The body, as I mentioned last time in my video, is the Nikon D750. I've been after this bad boy for a long time, and I'm really glad that I have it now. It just makes taking photos a whole lot more fun. I moved from the D90, a crop frame camera model from like 2008, to this particular Nikon D750, and it's a huge difference, not only on the level of the size of the pictures themselves, but the quality is just staggering. It's amazing. Next to that we have a battery pack for my mobile. I keep this with me because sometimes I take photos with my Nikon, and through the wireless function I transfer them onto my phone for quick sharing and uploading with very minimal editing to Instagram. So I tend to keep a battery pack because all of that takes up a lot of battery from my phone, and it's good to have something on the side. Now right in front, the really small thing, now this one is small but it packs a punch when it comes to photography. This is the Nikkor 50mm f1.4. A beautiful lens, amazing glass, It is just fantastic when it comes to shallow depth of field photography. I love it, and I honestly do all of my street photography with this particular lens as my first choice, and then I move either to the 24-70 or the 105. Now, keeping in mind what I said initially, if you do not have money extra to go beyond a particular one lens setup for your camera, then go for the 24-70. But then if you want to add another one, then maybe the 50 f1.4 or the cheaper version of f1.8 might be something for you. Now, next to that, behind it is actually something which I came across because I was watching a video on YouTube and I thought it was pretty interesting, and I thought I should try it out as well. This is a flash bender, and it is by the company Rogue, and it's pretty good, especially if you're doing flash photography outside and you need a place where you can actually try and bounce the flash off if you don't have anything else in front of you. So try it out. It's not that expensive and it folds up really easily, goes on any kind of flash that you have, and it's quite interesting. So that's all for me, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a comment, share it, like it. I love to hear from you. As I've told you, I'm an amateur photographer. Ask me questions. If I can't answer them, I'll try to get some of my friends who are more into photography to talk to you about it. Take care, guys, and see you next time. Bye.